What if I told you that modern science has accidentally proven what empaths have known all along? That the universe doesn't operate the way we were taught, and the people who feel everything might be the only ones who truly understand how reality works. Stay with me, because what quantum physics reveals about human consciousness will fundamentally change the way you see empaths forever. For decades, scientists dismissed emotional sensitivity as a weakness, a flaw in the system. But here's what they didn't expect. The deeper physicists went into the fabric of reality, the more they discovered something that shook the entire scientific community to its core. The universe behaves exactly the way empaths experience it: connected, entangled, responsive to observation. And once you understand why, you will never see the world the same way again. Let's start with the discovery that changed everything. In 1935, Albert Einstein identified a phenomenon he called spooky action at a distance. He was describing quantum entanglement, the proven fact that two particles, once connected, remain linked no matter how far apart they are. Change the state of one and the other responds instantly. No signal, no delay, no logical explanation. Einstein himself was disturbed by this. He couldn't accept it, but here's what nobody talks about. Empaths have been experiencing this their entire lives. They walk into a room and feel the tension before a single word is spoken. They sense when someone they love is in pain, even across continents. They absorb emotional states that don't belong to them. Science called this impossible. Quantum physics called it entanglement. And what happens when an empath realizes they're not broken, but fundamentally attuned to how reality actually operates? That's where this gets extraordinary. Listen carefully, because the next part will redefine everything you thought you knew about sensitivity. Quantum physics proved something called the observer effect. At the subatomic level, particles don't exist in a fixed state until they are observed. Let that sink in. Reality itself responds to attention. The act of watching changes the outcome. Now think about what this means for someone whose entire existence is built around deep observation. The empath doesn't just passively watch. They perceive layers that most people don't even know exist. They notice the micro-expression that contradicts the words. They feel the shift in energy before the argument starts. They detect the lie before it's finished being told. According to quantum mechanics, observation shapes reality. And empaths are the most intense observers on the planet. They don't just live in the world, they interact with it at a level most people can't even comprehend. But here's where it gets truly dangerous, and why narcissists should pay very close attention. There's a principle in quantum physics called superposition. A particle exists in all possible states simultaneously until it's measured. It's everything and nothing at once, until someone looks. The empath who hasn't awakened is living in superposition. They're holding all of their potential, all of their power, all of their capacity for boundaries and strength in an unresolved state. They're accommodating. They're patient. They're absorbing. But they haven't collapsed the wave function yet. And here's what most people don't understand. When an empath finally observes themselves clearly, when they turn that extraordinary perception inward and see their own worth, their own power, their own reality, the wave function collapses. And what emerges is not what anyone expected. The infinite possibilities collapse into one single immovable truth. They know exactly who they are. They know exactly what they'll accept. And they know exactly what they won't tolerate ever again. This isn't metaphor. This is the structure of reality applied to human psychology, and what follows is absolutely unstoppable. Quantum physics introduced another concept that mirrors the empath's journey perfectly. It's called quantum tunneling. A particle, when faced with a barrier it shouldn't be able to pass through, sometimes passes through it anyway. Not over it, not around it, through it. Classical physics says it's impossible. Quantum mechanics says it happens constantly. The empath who has been trapped in toxic relationships, who's been told they're too much, too sensitive, too emotional, does the same thing. They don't fight the barrier. They don't climb over it. They pass through it entirely. They emerge on the other side, and the people who built those walls can't understand how. They used shame. They used guilt. They used gaslighting and manipulation. And somehow the empath is standing on the other side, free, whole, untouched by the very systems designed to contain them. But here's the part that will send chills down your spine. Quantum physics also proved something called non-locality, the idea that influence doesn't require proximity. Two entangled particles affect each other regardless of distance. There is no separation. And the awakened empath understands this at a cellular level. They don't need to be in the room to sense what's happening. They don't need to hear the words to know the truth. They don't need physical evidence to feel the betrayal. They are connected to information that travels outside conventional channels. Science spent a century trying to disprove this. They failed. Because non-locality is real, and empaths have been living proof of it long before any physicist put it into an equation. Now here's the final piece, and it changes everything. The most revolutionary discovery in quantum physics is that at the deepest level of reality, nothing is separate. Everything is connected through what physicists call the quantum field, an underlying fabric of energy that links every particle in the universe. Every atom in your body is entangled with the cosmos. There is no true isolation. There is no real separation. And the empath has always known this. That overwhelming feeling of absorbing other people's emotions. It's not dysfunction. It's attunement to the quantum field. That inexplicable sense of knowing something before it happens. It's not anxiety. It's information arriving through channels that science is only now beginning to measure. That deep, unshakable feeling that everything is connected. It's not wishful thinking. It's physics. The empath who understands quantum mechanics doesn't become less sensitive. They become precise. They stop calling their gift a curse. They stop apologizing for perceiving what others can't. They stop shrinking themselves to make comfortable a world that was never designed for people who feel this deeply. They realize that their sensitivity isn't a malfunction. It's an advanced operating system running in a world still using outdated software. They are not too much. The world has simply been too little. And when that realization fully lands, when the empath stops fighting their nature and starts wielding it with intention, they become something the universe has been waiting for. Someone who feels everything and fears nothing. Someone who sees through every illusion and chooses truth anyway. Someone who has been told their entire life that they are fragile and has finally discovered they are the most resilient force in any room. That is what happens when an empath understands quantum physics. They stop surviving and start recognizing that reality itself has been on their side all along. They were never broken. They were entangled with everything.